Welcome back, and thanks again for joining me, Lord Epion, with Hit Point Gaming's here. This is year 8 of Kingdom Death Monster. This year I will be facing off against a level 2 Antelope. Now, I have been deciding since my last playthrough on what I should go out and fight. I actually just hopped on, I read some of my comments from my previous year. I like to go on and see what people are saying, some advice that they suggest. And I kind of was on the fence here on what I should do. I believe I'm slaughtering level 1 creatures. Not that that's a bad thing, that's good. But I want to try and ramp it up, try and get some more resources out of it. Because I know I'm going to need it if I want to really gear out in the end here. I was thinking of doing a level 1 White Lion. But I think he's a little bit stronger than a level 2 Antelope. The only problem with the Antelope is I might face a level 3 White Lion. I don't really want to spoil it. If it does come up, I will be a little disappointed if it does. Another option was to go and fight level 1 Phoenix. And I actually was super close to fighting a Phoenix, but because I do have a current plague going on in my settlement, I want to bring out about 3 to 4 new characters on this hunt so I can nominate them for the plague. The only problem is, if any of you have fought a Phoenix before and happen to come upon a certain hunt event when you're fighting with new survivors, it's not a great sight. So I remembered that as soon as I was about to take down my level 2 Antelope and switch over to the Phoenix, and I realized that would be even more devastating than running into a level 3 White Lion. So I don't want to spoil anything, because I do plan on fighting the Phoenix hopefully next year with some of my regular survivors, so I do want to set that up. So I am going to fight a level 2 Antelope. I think I might be able to tackle him. The hardest part is going to be, I believe, the hunt track. So let me just show you who I am bringing along. And the first character that I am going to bring is going to be Leia, actually. So Leia we've seen before. She's kind of going out as the leader. Now I'm using her just for her ability of the Red Fist, so I can bring a strength token to every character. And then I'm just going to keep her in the back and use her Cat Eye Circlet to kind of look through the hit location deck and see what's coming up. And if anyone is low on Insanity, she does have the Orator of Death ability, so she can give everyone 2 Insanity. I'll just kind of keep her back and safe. Next is going to be my first new character that I bring out. It's going to be Mon Mothma. She's coming out, and she's going to take over the White Lion gear and Katars. Hopefully she's going to be my main damage dealer against the Antelope. Next is going to be Finn. He's coming out with just the scrap sword and my rawhide armor gear. I decided to put back the my other character had the Butcher's Cleaver. I decided to take that off because if the character dies with the Butcher's Cleaver, that cleaver has to get archived. So I decided to leave that back at the settlement. And finally, he's going to be BB-8. He's going to be my tank with the leather set, which is now complete. So I gain +1 armor to all hit locations, and I ignore bash, which I think is going to be pretty helpful. I'm also giving him the leather shield, so he's going to have 5 armor in all locations going out. Plus, I gave him this monster grease. Gives him, again, the +1 evasion, but now I have 3 green affinities, 1, 2, 3, which gives me an extra +1. So he's got +2 evasion. I also have this at the end of your act. You may move 1 space. Hopefully that comes in handy. So I'm just going to use him to kind of suck up a lot of the attacks while my other guys can hop in and do the damage. But like I said, the scariest part, I believe, is going to be fighting the Antelope and actually trying to hunt the Antelope down. So let me set that up and keep my fingers crossed I don't run into anything too terrible. The first thing you're going to notice when you fight a level 2 creature is they are set up further back on the hunt phase, meaning that you're going to run into a lot more events as you get there, and you're going to cross the overwhelming darkness here in the center of the board. One other thing that's new this year is I actually crafted a bone sickle, which allows me to do herb gathering. So I get to place this card down, which is the survivors consume herbs and berries, and all survivors gain +1 survival, and then I do the herb gathering story event. So I can pick one spot on the board here to place this. I'm actually going to put it one space after the overwhelming darkness, and you'll see why when I get to it, if I get to it. Plus, like I said, it replenishes one of my survivals, so if I lose a survival by the time I get there, I'll get one back. All my characters have full survival. A lot of them were already named, or named this first time they came out, so they got the 1. And then I got some from departing, from my events, and a lot from gear, so they are max at 4 survival. So let me get things started, and I will venture out on my first step. So let's have BB-8, our tank, take the first step forward. I believe that's going to be a random event for 68. Let's take a look in here. If I can get to this antelope, I will be extremely happy. Alright, familiar faces. The settlement has not lost any survivors yet. Oh, I definitely have. Ignore this event and roll again. Okay. Otherwise, every survivor must roll 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor, or survivors in case of ties, becomes a straggler. Okay. So BB-8, Finn, 10, okay. Mon Mothra, 7, wow. And Leia, alright, 2. The leader. So Leia is the straggler. While examining the stone faces underfoot, the straggler recognizes the face of a fallen friend. Wow. Bittersweet memories bring the straggler to tears, reduce insanity to 0, and gain +1 understanding. Okay. She has 1 understanding now, and her insanity goes down to 0. Okay. I guess it wasn't that bad. No one died, but I did see... So that's weird. This is the first time that I'm assuming fallen figures become these stone faces. Now, we don't really know much about the Kingdom Death story. I know there's actually a whole lore section online, which I read through a little bit, but we're still kind of puzzled, at least I know I am, about this environment. So there's these stone faces, and maybe all the people that die become these faces? If I just recognized, you know. It's odd. Alright, next is going to be Finn. My first antelope. Carpet of ticks. The ground is covered with a carpet of huge, withering ticks. Each survivor must try to fend off the swarm. Roll 1d10 and add your hunt experience to the result. Great. Well, I don't have much hunt experience, so let's see. On the result of 6+, you successfully smash the ticks away in a shower of gore. Alright, BB-8. 10, he smashes some ticks. Finn, 7, he smashes ticks. Mon does not smash any. And Leia, that's a reroll. 4, okay, that's good. So, the 2 girls can't smash the ticks, apparently. Alright, so on the result of... Alright, otherwise, on the result below 6, the ticks make you sick, reduce the survival to 0. Ugh. And then, on a result of 8+, suffer -1 permanent strength. Alright, Mon Mothra, let's not roll an 8. 4, and a Leia, come on. 9. Of course. So Leia gets sick from all these ticks and gets a -1 strength. Ugh, that's permanent. And she loses all her survival, and so does Mon. So the females just got wrecked by these ticks. The males here, they just crushed them. -1 strength. That kind of hurts. So goes away. All right, next is going to be Mon. She hops here. It's going to be again another random. Oops. 62. Space between the rocks. Okay. The survivors find themselves distracted by a dark crack in the stone-faced floor. Every survivor must roll 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor becomes a straggler. Alright. So BB-8, what is that? Is that flat? No. Okay. 5, Finn, 10, Mon. It's a 3. You can't see that. Leia. Alright, Leia, the straggler again. Unable to tear themselves away, the straggler, I guess she's upset because, you know, she's going out on this hunt with all these newbies. I'm assuming that's what it is. Unable to tear themselves away, the straggler stoops to gaze into a depths beneath... What? Stoops to gaze into the depths until the other survivors drag them away. Whatever the straggler glimpse changes them forever. Gain a random disorder. If all the survivors end up as stragglers, the entire party is lost. Dead. Okay. So Leia gets a random disorder. I know there's people probably thinking, why in the world did you bring Leia out with all these people? I don't know, I'm kind of second guessing myself now too. Alright, disorder is weak spot. When you gain this disorder, roll a random hit location. Head. You cannot depart unless you have armor at this hit location. So, from now on, she can't go out into a fight unless she's wearing basically a helmet. Weak spot. Head. Alright. Could be worse. I could always grab her like a skull helm or something. Because she's going out with really no armor at the moment. Okay. So that was 1, 2, 3. So now it is Leia's turn. And we get Vomit Pile. The survivors find the half-digested remains of the quarry's last meal. Each survivor may scavenge, roll +1 courage, and roll on the table below. Okay. Well, absolutely. We're all searching. So Leia gets her second courage, and everyone else is going to get their first. And let's see what I find. BB-8, a 1, Finn, a 2. These numbers are probably not good. Mon, oh my goodness, a 1. And Leia, a 9. The straggler might find the best. All right. A 1 to 4. Oh god, sickening. Archive all consumable gear. Alright, so my first 3 people have to archive all consumable gear. Whoa! Alright, well, monster grease is consumable, so there goes 2 evasion on my tank, because he decides to eat this monster grease. And then I have a dried acanthus that Mon was wearing, and that is consumable, so I lose a dried acanthus and my one and only monster grease. Okay. Well, there goes my dodge tank, like I said. Or my tank in general. And then a 9 was the antelope is clearly sick, vomiting up pieces of itself. Gain +1 understanding and 1 random screaming antelope resource. Okay. So Leia has 2 understanding, which I believe that is now the smartest person. She's starting to realize why she's out on this hunt with all these newbies. And I get a random resource. What do we get here? A beast steak. Okay. Beast steak. Cool. That's 1 resource. That's an organ, so that's going to get my my monster grease back next year. Okay. So back to the top of the order is going to be BB-8. That is a 3. Cancer pigeons. Okay. The survivors are surrounded by an echoing coo of infant babble. Strange baby-faced birds circle overhead, gripped with instinctual horror. The survivors break into a run. Every survivor must roll a 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor becomes a straggler. Wow, I have so many stragglers. If any survivor has noisy gear, -2 to their roll. I don't think anyone has noisy. Just double checking. No, leather doesn't. Armor, no. Alright, no one has noisy, so gotta roll for stragglers again. So, let's see. BB-8. A 1, that's probably gonna be there. Finn 6, Mon 1, Leia 4. Alright, so BB-8, doing a tiebreaker. Alright, Mon is the straggler. Oh, wait a second. Every star must roll D10. The lowest scoring survivor, okay, becomes a straggler. Alright, each straggler rolls on the table. Oh, no. Oh, ties. So 2 people were stragglers. They both have to roll on this table. Okay, so now there's another table. So BB-8 is going to be the white die. An 8 and a 3. So let's do the 3 first. Okay. 3. Running and flailing wildly, you suddenly find yourself panicked and alone. The waiting cancer pigeons descend and mercilessly peck your back. They're happy. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. I don't know what's going on. Their happy cooing fills your head with horror. Your body is sickened with cancerous illness. You cannot gain survival. Oh, God, record this impairment. The other survivors find you balled up and weeping on the ground. So, Mon Mothra, my person that's going to be doing all my attacks and damage, cannot gain survival. Sweet. Can't gain survival. Okay. Well, this is pretty dangerous so far. And an 8 for BB-8. You escape the terrible creatures. Okay. Great. Well, that is the first half of the event. Now we go into the overwhelming darkness, which is like a special event. Overwhelming darkness. Again, this is the one where there's 3 paths that you have to take. Okay? And it all depends on, really, I think your courage, if you're insane. So there's an insane path. Then there's a path of the brave, which is 3 or more courage. And then there's a path of doomed, which if you don't apply to any of them. So let's see. Insane survivors, which I don't think anyone is insane. Nope. Path of the brave. No. These are all new people, really. So everyone is the path of the doomed. Okay. Time to roll off again. I'll do each one individually, then I'll apply their... actually, no, I'll roll the 4. All right, so BB-8 rolls an 8. Finn, a 3. Mon, a 9. And Leia, a 5. Okay. So let's start with the lowest, a 3. A Pail of Doom falls over you. Gain -3 luck tokens for the duration of the showdown. Okay. Next is going to be 5, which was Leia. An unseen monster attacks. Suffer event damage equal to the quarry's level to 3 random hit locations. Okay, so Leia, who has really no armor but the cloth, takes 2 damage to the head, the body. I got 2 bodies, so I have to 3 random hit locations. Yeah, I guess the 2 bodies would be the same, right? So that leaves her basically just really messed up, because she had no armor in those locations whatsoever. Again, since they're event damage, they don't cause me to roll on the table, the severe injury table. But this just means that Leia really can't get attacked at all in the hunt phase, because in the showdown phase, because her body and her head they're beat up. She got real beat up in this. All right, next is 8. So 8 plus. So this is going to be BB-8 and Mon. Hope. Gain +1 insanity and +1 courage. Okay. So let me record all of that. I get 1 insanity. So BB-8 now has 3. And a 2nd courage. And Mon gains her 1st insanity and her 2nd courage. Let me get those 3 -1 luck tokens, so I don't forget. Ooh. Alright, this is a rough Rough. All right. So then we went through this, and now we're going to go to this stage, and this is our herb gathering. So again, everyone gains +1 survival. So it's just going to be Leia who gets 1, because Mon cannot gain any survival anymore, and everyone else is still at max. And then I do the herb gathering. So let me come around, show you guys this. Okay. Check this out. Pretty cool picture here. Herb gathering. Each survivor must make a special gathering roll. So I'll read you how this works. To make a gathering roll, a survivor nominates any number of d10s and then rolls them. If 2 or more die results are the same, your score is 0. Otherwise, add all your die results to determine your gathering score. Add all the survival's gathering scores to make a single final roll and consult the herb exploration table. Add +10 to the final score if the survivors have passed the overwhelming darkness, which is why I put it back here. So every survivor is going to take a certain number of d10s, roll it, and add their total together. Again, if there's doubles, then my score is 0. There is a chart on the other page that gives you ranges of values. So 0 through 11, 12 to 44, 45 to 74, and then 75 plus. I've never gotten 75 plus before, so I've never read what happens down here, which is good. I'd rather not know. So let's take a look and see what I can do. So my first one, I'm going to go safe, and I'm just going to roll 3 dice. Okay. 3, 5, and a 9. Let's see how quick I can do math here, right? So that's 14. So that's 17, right? So then plus my 10. Okay, so that's going to be, what did I say, 17? So 27 is what I have on my first guy. My next guy, I'm going to roll 4 dice. 2 8s, so that doesn't count. Third survivor, I'm going to do 4 dice again. 2 3s. So I had a 27. So I'm going to go 4 dice again, because there's no way I'm going to get anything really high. Okay. So what I had, 27, so this is 29, 38, 43, 50? Okay, well it's in the range of 45 and 74. So gain a fresh acanthus, strange resource. All survivors gain +1 survival. In addition, if you innovated cooking, gain 1 random vermin resource. I don't have cooking. But I do gain a fresh acanthus, which I will give to... I don't know if I give it to Leia or I give it to Mon Mothra, because she doesn't have any survival, and if she gets hit, she can recover all of the, all the wounds. And I get the +1 survival. So what's good is I get to do that in every hunt phase, which is pretty helpful. So I will take that. Let's give the 1 survival. So now Leia does have 2. I get a fresh acanthus. Okay. I think I will give this to Mon just to try and keep her survive, because she can't dodge at all. So we are done in this track here. Okay. This was back at the top of the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is Finn. Skittish. Panicked by the oncoming survivors, the screaming antelope moves 1 space away from the survivors on the hunt board. Of course he does. I was almost there. And then I have to roll a random event. 88. It's a long hunt phase. This is what it's like fighting level 2. By the time you get there, you're already freaking beat up. Okay, 88. The sword and the statue. Okay. A statue twice as tall as any man sits before a great anvil with a hammer in each of its 6 hands. Transfixed, the survivors watch the statue beat a red-hot sword that lies across the anvil. Each survivor, starting with the event revealer and moving clockwise, may attempt to grab the sword from the anvil. If a survivor makes an attempt, they gain +1 courage and roll on the table, adding their hunt experience to the result. End the event if a survivor successfully takes the sword. Well, I am going to go out on a limb here and say that my hunt XP is probably really important to this. I've never done this event before, but I do see that the final one, without really reading through the events, I need a 14 or more. There's no way I can get a 14 or more, so I'm just gonna pass. I think everyone's just not going to roll on this. I'm assuming it's bad if I fail. I would like to come back and do this with some of my better guys, but these newbies, there's no way they're going to be able to grab this sword. So that one's done. Next is going to be Mon again. It's going to be another random event. 50. Give it. Okay. A crude iron cage swings from the branches of a massive tree. As the survivors approach, a man calls out to them from the cage, pleading to be freed. The survivors may pass him by and suffer 1 brain event damage. As the prisoner weeps and pleads, if the survivors choose to free him, the event revealer rolls on the table. Well, I'm going to free him. I don't know who put him there, but I'll free him. Alright, Mon, let's see what happens with the survivor. An 8. Ooh, 8+. The prisoner is grateful and follows the survivors home after the showdown. The settlement gains +1 population. Sweet. So that's +1 population. I'm probably going to forget about that. So let me actually mark that down. Let's just call him the stranger for now. I'll remember that when we get back. So, wow, that's going to bring me to 14 population. Cool, cool. And then I go after the antelope. Okay, so I dodged, I think, some bad events. Leia does have -1 permanent strength, which hurts a little bit. And I did lose, what was that? Monster grease. But you know what? I think I can chalk that up to a successful hunt phase. Now it comes down to if I can actually kill this antelope, or did I jump the gun a little bit. So let me set that up. Oh, yeah. Let me get the terrain cards out. Let's see what I'm going to be facing. Survivor corpse and debris. All right, cool. 2 things that I can search for hopefully some more materials. So let me set it up. Okay, similar setup here with the level 2 antelope. I've got the acanthus plants right here that I can set up. I put the survivor corpse to the side and the debris on the board edge. So hopefully I can pick them up first turn and move down. One thing that I do want to point out is this diabolical trait that the creature now gets. So at the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor in the trample zone. Then there's a flow, and then full move towards the target. Otherwise, full move in the direction the monster is facing. So at the end of his turn, he's going to move towards anyone that's really in any one of these directions. It's going to be random. So that's the only thing I have to look out for. And again, if he runs over me, I get trampled, and now I take 2 damage to a random hit location. So I just got to make sure that Leia is not in that trample zone, or she's just going to die. So I need to save a lot of my survival for dashes to get out of the way of this thing, and hopefully I can really burn this thing down. As my old WoW guild leader used to say, gotta burn it down. And a level 2 Screaming Antelope has a lot more health. So he has, what is that? 3, 4, 5. So 5 more health, it looks like, and some more advanced cards in there. Plus, he now has 10 toughness, so 2 more, And he gets +1 speed and +1 damage token. So every card that he gets an extra attack and an extra damage. This is the downside of fighting a level 2. Besides, an even worse hunt board. So I think I'll be okay with the damage sense. I mean, I'm damaged like I should be able to damage him. I was able to wound guys, on like 2s and 3s before, but those were with better characters. So let's see how the fight starts. So as normal, the Antelope does go first. Stomp and Snort. Random survivor in range. Well, again, I don't think his movement increased, right? His movement is 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, he can get all the way to here. So no one's within range. Okay. So no target, he grazes. So again, grazes, he moves so close to the Canthus plant. Eats 1, heals a wound, but he's already at full health. Okay, so his turn is over. So now at the end of his turn, he goes towards a random survivor in that path. Well, the only pathing is my tank right here. So he full moves forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And stops. Exactly where I wanted him to be. And that's exactly why I put him there. So, first turn's over. And he's right where I want. So, I am going to have Leia. She's going to do the cat eye circlet first. Okay. Because, again, 1 hit and she's basically dead. So I don't want to shoot this bow to give him the -1 evasion and have him counterattack me at all. So let's spend a first activation to look at the top 3 hit location cards. Okay. And there we go. The trap was the number 2 card. So we want to kind of pull this trap. So let's do... Well, there is the furry throat. So I'm going to put the furry throat on top. Okay, because there's a chance that I could critically wound and kill it in 1 shot, and that would just be pretty amazing. So I'll put that on top. Okay. And then, since I know the trap card's going to be second, I'll have everyone else do the searches, and then I'll have maybe my tank attack and pull a trap card. So I'm going to spend another survival here to have Leia gain an extra activation. So now she can actually move and shoot at this guy. So let's... I'm just going to stay where I am, actually. And fire. So I hit on 7s. Oh, the clawhead arrow hits on a 6. That's it. So a 6 to hit. 6 it is. Sweet. So it is a hit. It's in the throat. All I have to do is hit to get that -1 evasion token on him. So let me put that on now. That is a great start. If I could find the token. Okay, cool. -1 evasion. Oh, you know what? Let me give him the +1 speed and +1 strength token also, so I don't forget that. +1 speed and +1 strength. Okay, I'll leave these, I guess, right here in front of me so I don't forget. Okay, so I hit. Now I gotta try and wound him. So his toughness is 10, right? This clawhead arrow is a strength 6, but Leia, she has those freaking ticks on her. So she's at a -1 permanent strength, so I have strength 5, meaning I need a 5 to wound him. But, again, Leia is the red fist, so she got +1 strength to everybody, so I only need a 4 to wound here. 2 is not a wound. And definitely not a critical to kill this guy. So, no wound whatsoever on this Antelope. But, -1 evasion, so that's good. So I could still move with her now, and you know what? I am gonna just... I will stay there. I will stay there. Okay. So now I'm gonna have... I'll have Ahsoka... Because I'm Ahsoka. Why do I still say that? Mon Mothra. I'm gonna have BB-8 pull the trap card, so let's have everyone else do the searches. So 1, 2, 3. She's going to search this pile of debris here. A 1. I'm knocked down. So the debris knocks me down. Wow, but I don't actually archive this terrain, so it actually stays there. Okay. Then I will have Finn. He will search this survivor's corpse. Oh, okay, a 1. Good start. Gain +1 insanity and archive this terrain. Okay. So he's got 1 insanity. And I'm just gonna move him here. Okay. Then I'm gonna have BB-8. He's going to go to this corner here, and then he's going to attack with the counterweight axe. So it's 2 attacks. I hit on 6s, 5s because of -1 evasion, and 2 misses. Okay, well, I really want to pull this trap card. I'm gonna spend a survival to attack. You know what? Yeah. All right. Okay. 2 more misses. So not a good start. I'm gonna move those dice away, and I will be rolling different dice going forward because I searched and got a lot of 1s and couldn't hit this guy or wound him yet. So it is now the monster's turn, and this is going to get really dangerous. Great kick, random survivor in blind spot. No one's in blind spot. Furthest threat in field of view. And it's going to probably be Leia. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, no, that's 3. Okay. Yeah, it's Leia. Move and attack in blind spot. So I guess it's going to be time to dash away from this. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away from this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, I can't get away from this at all. That's silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is speed 4. Whew. So speed 5? Wow, I'm gonna get freaking wrecked. Sorry guys, I am just thinking. I've got 1 shot at doing something. It might sound pretty silly, but I think I have to do it. This is a new round. I could have Leia surge, right? Follow me here. I could have Leia surge. She would cause a founding stone to come out. Right? It would hit him. It would be the trap card. I believe the trap is he faces me, or he faces away from the attacker and goes forward 8 spaces, or his full move. So once that happens, then he would resort back to his great kick, which again would be Leia, because this would be still in the flow, and he would move forward 8 spaces. So he was here, right? So let's see, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would go to the edge. Then he would turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go here. Okay, then he would charge and run over Mon Mothra at the end of his turn. And she would take 2 damage to a location. And I think that is the best course of action. Or else Leia's going to die. So I'm going to do that. So we're at the great kick, going back. We pick the target. Furthest threat in field of view. In range, which is Leia. So here's my flow. I will have Leia Since it's a new round, I can spend a surge. Or spend my last survival. It's a surge. I'm going to throw a founding stone. Okay? It is an automatic hit and an automatic crit. But guess what? The top card... Okay, yes. I did say I was going to make the trap card the second card, right? I'm pretty sure I said that. Well, I freaking messed up. But it is the Restless Muzzle instead. You shock the beast with a blow to the face. The monster is knocked down. Okay. While a monster is knocked down, all reactions are canceled and all hit rolls succeed on a 3+. I believe a monster stands up at the beginning of his turn. So, he now falls down, takes a wound, and I lucked out because I'm an idiot and somehow put the trap card below this. Okay, but I know that the trap card is now next, so... Whew. End of the monster's turn. I don't think... At the end of the monster's turn, target a random survivor in the trample zone. I do not think he gets to do this. I think his turn ends once he falls down. So that is how I am going to handle it. I will check to see, but I'm pretty sure that is what happens. So automatic hit, automatic crit, not the trap card. I actually did a wound to him. He fell down. Crazy that that crit is actually one that I needed. And so now it is my turn. She stands up. And I'm going to have to get through that trap card. So let's have Leia pull the top 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I can get actually some wounds on this. The trap is going to make him stand up anyway, right? So I can have 2 attacks. I don't have to worry about the top part happening. So I am going to put the trap on the 3rd card from the bottom. This is the bottom card. And then I'm going to have Leia. She's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, that's 2 attacks before that. So I can have maybe Finn here, who has 2 attacks with the scrap sword. I'll do that. So let's go 1, 2, and attack. So I can't pull the trap here because I only can pull 2 hits. Okay. Great, great, great. Okay. The first one I'll do is Giant Teeth. It's super dense, so if I hit with a frail weapon, I forgot to look, but the scrap sword is not a frail weapon, so thankfully. And I will see if I wound. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do not wound. Alright, the next one is a Restless Rump. 5. Man, I needed a 6 to wound, right? 8, 9. Yep, I'm 1 away from wounding. So those are no wounds. And then I'm actually going to have to pull the trap card. So let's move the tank down here, BB-8, and then I'll have him attack. Now, I just need to actually score a hit. So I need a 3. Again, look, another 2. But 1 hit actually got through. And it is the trap card. So let's actually read this. The Screaming Antelope panics. Its undermouth unleashing an inhuman wail it bucks wildly and leaps in the air. The attacker is doomed. All survivors adjacent to the monster, okay, which is my silly Finn here, suffer 2 brain damage per monster level. Oh my god, oh Jesus. Knockback 5 and are knocked down. Okay. Well, I would have to roll on the brain event board. The attacker is doomed. All survivors adjacent. So, I can actually do this. I double checked it. After a trap card, people can still spend survival to do actions unless you are the one that's doomed. Okay, so I'm actually going to dash away with Finn so he's not adjacent. Okay. BB-8 is not adjacent because he's got that long spear, or the long axe. Because if Finn actually had to lose for insanity, he would have to roll on the chart, and I want to stay away from charts as long as I can. So now the monster lands on its belly and begins to do a slide. Turn the monster directly away from the attacker and full move the monster forward in a straight line. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Trap card is done. Those are all my characters. I still have only done 1 wound to him. I would have liked to have gotten another one. Shuffle up the hit location. Yeah, I would feel a little bit more comfortable if I had maybe another wound or 2 on him. This is a little bit trickier than I was expecting. Okay. So now everyone's gone and the Antelope gets to go. New round, so I get my survival back. Okay, Ram, furthest threat in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if anyone is within range. No one's within range. So furthest survivor. Guess who that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can put him here because he's going to go after Leia, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't even know why I bother counting. Alright, so I can put him here because he is still the closest. And since I'm the monster controller, I can decide which way he goes. Yep, so furthest survivor, which is there, doesn't have to be within range, and that's it. Then at the flow, nothing happens. So he just kind of like runs at me. So that's kind of silly. And now he's not lined up with anybody, so his turn is over. So that actually seemed pretty simple. Oh, so if he actually hit me, I would have taken a ton of damage, but okay, I'll take it. Back to my turn. Let's have Leia do what she does best. And I'm actually going to do I want to do the cat eye again, or do I want to do the orator and give people insanity? No, let's do the hit location. So I look at top 3 again. Okay, restless eye for a strike. If the attacker's insane, cancel all hits, so I don't have to worry about that. Super dense, frail weapon, and then giant mouth. If the attacker with a melee weapon and the wound roll for this is 1 or 2, the monster consumes your weapon. Ooh. So I do want to go in and attack with these Katars. I think I might actually risk it. I'm going to risk it. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. Mon, she's going to... Oh, do I want to move Leia anymore? No, I think I'm going to keep her in the back again. I'm kind of scared here. So Mon's going to pounce. Okay. So by pouncing, she gets an extra accuracy and an extra strength. Okay. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, some advertisement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attacks. I've got the entire armor kit, so I get +1 speed. So 5 attacks, it looks like. Hitting on 7s, 6s because the evasion, +1 accuracy, so I hit on 5s. Okay. Perfect hit, which I don't think do anything. So 4 hits. 4 hits. What's going on here? Silly advertisement. Alright, so 4 hits. Let's pull them all out. We know what they were, right? Restless eye, the giant teeth, the giant mouth, and the restless muzzle. So there is a first strike card here again, so the restless eye has to be drawn first, and this was, if I was insane, I have to cancel the attack. She's not insane, which is fine. So let me roll to wound for that first. So I have a strength 3, 4 because of my token, 5, 6 because I have the armor, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I pounce. So I only need a 3 to wound this antelope. If I had any music playing to get me in the mood, this would be the time. But it doesn't look like anything wants to play. Come on, I need some music. Alright, 3 to wound and the restless eye. Let's see if I can hurt him. 4, that's a wound. Thank you. Alright, let's see. Teeth, let's do that one. 1, not a wound, not a wound. Okay, let's do the restless mouth. Critical, yes. So let me do the wound first, get rid of that. And my critical, you shock the beast with a blow to the face. The monster is knocked down. Yes. Alright. So when they're knocked down, I cancel all the top cards, which is great because here's that giant mouth reflex. So I don't have to worry about it freaking biting my hand off. But an 8, that is a wound. Fortunately, it's not a crit. But I'll take another wound. Okay. Okay. I have an AT&T commercial apparently, or Sprint. Cool, so that was wounds. She has no survival, so I can't attack again with her, which would have been awesome, but he's on the ground. So let's try and get everyone back to the fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And I will attack from there. 2 attacks with BB-8. 2 hits. In the tail and the inner thigh. So let's do the tail first. It's a 9. That is a wound. And the inner thigh, a 3. That definitely can't be a wound, right? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Definitely not a wound there. But that's okay. Alright, I'm going to pause and get some music going because I just... It sounds weird just talking by myself with nothing going on. Okay. We are back with some musical jams. Okay. Alright, so we got that. That was BB-8's turn, right? I believe that was it, because Finn already moved, couldn't get within range. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get away from this attack. So it is now the Antelope's turn again. Stands up. And it is Showdown. If there are no Acanthus plants on the Showdown board, discard Showdown and perform basic action. Full move the screening Antelope to the closest Acanthus plant. 1, 2. Okay. If the monster ends its movement on or adjacent to an Acanthus plant, it consumes it. Archive the terrain and perform heal 1d5. Whoa. Place Showdown on top of the monster's AI deck of discarding it. Yikes. Alright. So it gets rid of this, and it eats... Oh my god, 1d5. 2? Okay, so that's only 1, right? 1 or 2 is only 1 wound. Okay, so it heals 1 wound. You take the card from the top card of the wound deck and put it on the bottom of the AI deck. And then Showdown's going to go back on top of the AI deck. So I know I have to do 1 wound to get rid of that card. End of the Antelope's turn, he will now charge in this direction, meaning that he's going to run into BB-8. And do I spend a survival to get out of the way to dodge it? Yeah, I believe I do. So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the monster will, because he targeted me, and then goes this way. I will actually stay there. Okay. Good. Leia's gonna have to book it out of there. So survival is key in order to deal with these extra little techniques I find. Because if I decided not to dodge, he would have been on the ground. He would have taken 2 damage, and then someone would have had to encourage to get him up. Maybe Finn. But I guess maybe Finn would have been better actually, because I could have gotten the survival back. But you know, that's what I chose. So maybe next time I'll do that, because I want to keep BB-8 with the most survival in case he has to dodge something. So it's back to my turn. I know I have to do 1 wound to him. So let's have Leia use the Cat Eye Circlet. Take the top 3. Ooh, the next card was the trap card. So I'm definitely putting the trap card on the bottom because I have to do a wound to him. Wound, turn the Screaming Monster to face the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Don't want that to happen. Reflex. The Screaming Antelope frantically attacks everything around it. Okay. So I'm going to put that on top. So I do have... to face the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Ooh, so if I attack from an angle here, I might be able to pull... Ooh, and have him just go straight in a straight line, which would make him go this way. Okay. Let's try and get some wounds first before I pull that trap card. And then I'm going to move Leia. I'm not going to move Leia. She'll stay right there, in a nice little corner. So I'll have BB-8, he's second. I'll have him go. 2 attacks. I hit on 5s because of the evasion. Oh, that's 1 hit. And because my affinities stack up on a perfect hit, do not draw a hit location, the monster suffers 1 wound. So that is 1 wound automatically. So I know that's that Showdown card. And he still has 2 hit location cards that are not the trap, right? So I could actually go in there and attack him. So let's have... I should have moved with Leia, huh? Let's have Finn come in. He'll do an attack, so that's 2 hits. I know I'm not pulling the trap card. I hit on... Ooh, do I want to go behind him? No, I don't actually. Ugh. Let's do it. I hit on 3s actually. 7 to 5. So here's... Oh my goodness, I'm so silly. That reflex, right? He attacks everyone in the zone of death. Well, I wasn't in the zone of death when I was behind him, but now I am. Oh, and turn to face the monster and he will move forward. And I can't, it's my attack, so I can't spend survival. So let's see, I can either attack him and get attacked back. So I'm just going to hit him in the chest first. See if I can wound him. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a wound. But he now faces the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He trampled over poor Finn here. I couldn't spend a survival to dodge out of the way. So it's, 2 damage to the head. That is my armor. My rawhide headband. And now I can't attack with the next card, the spasm, so that goes away. So I know the top card is the trap. Okay? And I still have Mon Mothra here. I do have a Founding Stone. I could throw the Founding Stone to pull the trap. But that's another Founding Stone I would have to get rid of. Is it worth it? It would push him away, right? We know that. Then his next card, he'll move forward. He won't get into attack range. And it's kind of silly to use these Founding Stones for stuff like this, but if I can get out of this fight without anyone dying, I think it's worth using a Founding Stone, right? Because I got 4 from, I think, last year or the year before, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw a Founding Stone as my action. Pull the trap card. Now, come on, this has got to be the trap, right? Okay, cool. Alright, so no one's around him. Turn to face. It's the best facing that I can do. The attacker is doing. Oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Turn the monster away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Pull that. This is why Leia's here. Oh, Leia needs to do a wound with the arrow to get bow proficiency. That's also the reason why I brought her too. I'm trying to think if I actually did a wound to that on that first shot. So I didn't write it down. I got the evasion because I hit him. I don't know if I wounded him, so I might have to try and sneak a wound in there to double check at some point. Okay, so all my characters are done. Monster goes. Bite. Closest survivor in field of view. Nobody. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, so it's bite. Closest survivor in field of view. It's not within range or anything like that. Field of view is everybody. So he just comes and attacks me. That's silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just comes back. And again, that is, I can choose the movement, so I can end him here, because every way got closer. Oh, then he would run forward. And hit Finn up again, so I could actually have him go here, and he would go against BB-8. That's what I'll do. So end of his turn, he charges forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Comes all the way back over here. Tackles my tank here. Oh. 2 damage to the body, which is fine. I'm down to 3 armor in the body. So I fall down. Okay. It's my turn again. So Finn stands up. Okay. I will have Leia do the circlet. No trap card. So let's see, the ear, the chest, and the flank. We got a turn to face. We've got that move forward if you hit with a club. So I can have the top 2 for Finn. Yeah, I want that chest to go against my spear. Okay. And then, yeah, Leia. What do you do? I want you to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She just needs to freaking start booking it. Do I want to move her? This is scary. This is scary. Let's keep her here. Let's move her here. Okay. Just in case the monster doesn't move and he comes back at me. So now it is Finn's turn. Finn is going to move down 1 and attack to get these. Oh, I'm so silly. Go here, turn the face. I'm gonna go here. See if I can work this out. So attacks. It's 1 hit. Okay, in the flank. 7 is a wound. Okay. Then I'm going to have Finn encourage. He doesn't have a broken jaw. BB-8 is not deaf, so I will encourage BB-8 to stand up. There is a reflex, so he does turn to face Finn. So I got this reflex. I have to spend a survival, but because I have the raw hide armor, I do not gain the survival back. Okay. So I shout for my buddy BB-8 to stand back up, and I will have BB-8 move down 1 space and perform an attack, hitting on 5s. Ooh, I needed both of those to hit because this is just a restless ear. 7 is a wound, though, however. I'll take it. Okay, now I know the whole point of having Finn attack was to pull the hit location to have him run forward. So I'm going to spend a survival to attack again. That's a critical hit. So it does 1 automatic wound. So that hit location is still on top. So I could have Ahsoka go in and then just cause that 1 wound to not happen, right? Not, she's just going to get trampled, but it might be worth it. Let's see if I can go in and do some attacks here. So 1, 2, 3. She's the one that gets a ton of attacks. I don't pounce this time. I still get 5 attacks. Hitting on 7s, 6s because the evasion. Okay, just 6s because the evasion. Oh my god, that's 3 criticals. Hits. Alright, so 4 hits. Okay, so 1 is the chest. Then, oh, look at that. The trap card. Oh, and this is when everybody that is next to him suffers 2 brain damage. Okay, so everyone next to him suffers 2 brain damage. So again, this is going to be Finn. Finn is going to dash away. I'm going to try and get my dash back. It's a 5, I do not, but he will move some spaces. Ahsoka, Mon Mothra suffers 2, it's 4 insanity. Okay, she's gonna have to roll on the table. So let me get my shard out here. I really thought I had a chance to do a ton of wounds to this guy. Okay. Monster brain. Alright, Mon. See what you can do. A 4. Flee, you are knocked down and suffer knockback equal to your movement towards the closest edge board. Gain 1d5 insanity. You are knocked down and suffer knockback equal to your movement. So I'm assuming it's going to go like... This is the closest edge board. So maybe it knocks me to the side. 1, 2, 3. And I land here. Wonder how that would work. Closest board edge is this. If I go onto the monster, I can't end my movement there. When the monster collides with the survivor, really the survivor is colliding with the monster. Right. So maybe I get thrown and I fall to the spot here. All you FAQ guys can look at the ruling and see. So I get moved towards the closest board edge with 5 movement speed. So actually, if I can't move through people, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably how it works. Okay. Ooh, this is going to change things. So I move to the side there. I gain 1d5 insanity. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 4 insanity. Okay. Now, the attacker is doomed, blah, 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 blah. Suffer 2 brain damage per monster level. Oh, knockback. Oh man, this is really crazy. So all survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage per monster level, knockback 5, and are knocked down. So I wonder what happens in what order. Do I suffer the brain damage and then roll and then get knockback 5 and are knocked down? I think because they put it in the order, those are the steps that I'm going to follow it in. So I suffer 2 brain event damage. I roll the chart, I gain flee. I go like this. Then I continue, knockback 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm knocked down, which I already was. Okay. The monster lands on its belly and begins to slide on teeth. Turn the monster directly away from the attacker, who is way over here now. Goes this way and moves forward. Okay. That's how I'm going to roll it. And that's what's going to happen because poor Leia over here, she is going to get destroyed by this antelope. She is standing right next to him. She's going to be a target of this next attack. I have no survival. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Could have done a lot of wounds that turn. Alright, monster is up. And stomp. Closest... Oh my god, really? Closest knockdown survivor. Wow. I have 1 knockdown survivor, right? So it's not even within range. So he turns his attention away from Leia right here. She's scared. She's so scared that this antelope came right at her. He's trying to avoid him the entire time, and I actually picked Stomp. Closest knockdown survivor. Okay. Then move and attack. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can attack. If the attack damages the target, draw AI. He doesn't even get to the target, so he just stops right there. I can't believe how lucky I just got by this 1 AI card. Okay. But it is the end of his turn. He is going to go forward another 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the board edge. And Mon takes 2 damage to the foot. So I am down to 1. Alright. She now stands up, and it is my turn. I don't know if you guys can actually see the board from... Let me come around and see, because I went from corner to corner in this game. Nope, you can't. So let me adjust this. Leia's all the way at the top there hiding. Monster's all the way down. Wow, this is a long fight. I'm nervous. Okay. Back to us. See how many wounds I got left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds left. That's actually still a lot. I could have Mon go in for a bunch of attacks, which I think is what I'm going to do. So let's have... This monster hasn't even attacked yet. That's crazy. Let's have Leia do the top 3 hits, so I know it's coming. Okay. The ear, the rump, and the flank. Okay. So this kind of looks to be safe for Mon to go in and make a few good attacks here. Let's have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Let me actually finish up Leia's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She is piecing out to try and stay alive. BB-8 is going to go 1... Nope. Let's have Mon go. Who knows? I was going to have these guys go pick up some stuff, but it might all change when Mon goes to attack. So let's have her go in. So 1, 2... 5 attacks. What was it? Hit on 6s, but now I'm from behind, so I hit on 5s. Okay, 3 hits. Those are the 3 hits that I saw. So this is going to be pretty good. I wish she could gain survive. If she had survival, this would have been pretty good. Alright, so I got a reflex to turn to face me, then I have a reflex to face away and run away. And then I've got the ear. So let's do these. Some crits here would be pretty nice. So I have a lot of strength, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I only need a 4 to wound, because I did not pounce. That's a wound in the ear. I stab it there. I'm now attacking the flank. 5, that is another wound. I have to shuffle the AI deck. Okay, it's a wound. This is turn to face the attacker reflex. And then this is the rump. 8, that is another wound. And this is turn to face the monster away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. He's completely stuck in the corner here, which is great. Alright, he is down to 4 wounds. If Mon Mothra could surge away, or move away, that would be great. But it looks like she is going to be getting attacked. So let's see if I can set everyone else up. To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then BB-8. I would like to search this debris again. I'm going to. I want to search it. That is a 10. It is find rare gear. Gain 1 scrap sword gear card. Oh, yes. That is another scrap sword. Sweet. And I actually can't even find it in my awesome organization. Cool. It's another scrap sword. So the one that Finn is using, now I have a second one in case I want to give it to somebody else, or maybe I could dual wield it later on. Who knows? That works for me. So it is back to my turn, or the Antelope's turn, and I've got a feeling that Mon is going to get attacked here. Stomped. Closest knockdown survivor. No one. Furthest threat in field of view in range. Wow, so it actually looks like it's going to go after Finn. Furthest threat, because this would be the closest. Definitely not within range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is a little embarrassing. As you can see, there is a dead level 2 Screaming Antelope on the ground here, with all of his rewards out on the table. So I was playing last night, and I went into this long speech about how I was grateful everyone was watching and how long this video actually was, and then I get up and I realize that the video turned off. Ran out of batteries, because it was such a long fight, and I didn't even think about recharging the batteries halfway through, and I only have one set. So I went back and I looked to see where you guys were before it cut out, and the Antelope was around here, and he was chasing after BB-8. So let me just kind of catch you up, because I'm not going to redo it again. Okay, hopefully no one has a problem with that. I'm not going to have it do a second one, because he was so close to dying, and nothing really happened after that fact. One slight thing, I know I got that. I got that scrap sword over here, so at least that was an event everyone saw. So as the Antelope moved away from who was down here, Mon Mothra, he came after BB-8. I just had BB-8 dash away, so he actually did not get attacked by anybody. I rolled, I got that survival back, but then the Antelope actually did charge at the end of its turn and run over BB-8, who got hit in the feet, I believe. So he got knocked down. I think he had like 3 or 4 wounds left. So all I did was I had Leia go. She changed positions and just did her circlet like normal. Got my hit locations back, and I just had BB-8. He actually came to the side. He did a surge in order to get within attack range because he was 6 spaces away. So he had a surge. I mean, he had a dash to get a little bit closer. He attacked, and then I had him attack again, I think with his last survival. So now he got, I think, both wounds or 3 wounds. The monster was down to finally 1. Okay. Then I had Mon Mothra. She moved up. She searched an acanthus plant. Did not discover it because she had to. I rolled, I believe, a 5, and I gained a survival, but she can't actually gain a survival. And then I had her encourage. I had her encourage. Who is this? Finn. Finn to come in and do the final attack. That's what it was. He had 1 wound left. Went in to do the final attack, and I pulled 3 hit locations. I had two hit locations because he only has 2 dice. And I actually decided on doing one that had a critical, where I actually gained a survival. And actually, if I critted, I realized that if I spent 5 survival, I would also get a permanent movement speed. And I made this great joke about it, and I rolled a 10. And I was so happy. I'm glad everyone saw it. And I got an extra Screaming Antelope resource. And then I divvied out all the resources. I gave a speech about everything that I got. Like I said, then I realized that no one actually saw it because of the battery. But I was very close to the end. This is what came out. I went for the kill. I wanted to just get out of this fight with my 4 survivors still alive. I will be setting up the settlement phase next to show what happens. I know I have to deal with that plague, but I'm going to need to recharge the battery between now and then. So, yeah, sorry about the very end there. Okay, so I'm all set. I made sure I charged the battery, and I just wanted to kind of go back a little bit. It was really unfortunate. I made a major mistake by not, having the full battery charge. I know you guys missed the end of that last fight, but it really was towards the end. And I know I just did a recap, as you saw, but there was something that I misspoke of when I was thinking about it. And actually, one of my revelations throughout the showdown towards the end, which again you guys didn't hear, but it was really great when I thought of it. One of my survivors, which was Leia, she has a fighting art of the Red Fist. And again, what that Red Fist does, it gives a strength token to each survivor. But it also allows them to spend that token for a survival if they wanted to. So the entire time when I think both Leia and Mon Mothra, who did not have any survival left, they could have actually spent one of those tokens and perform a survival action. So this is something that I realized towards the very end, in case I wanted Mon Mothra to dodge or to get an extra attack in, and I did want to save it for Leia to use it as a dodge in case she did get attacked one last time. So that's what I came to this awesome idea. I was glad I was able to share with everyone. Of course, no one heard what I was saying. And I did say, when I gave you the quick recap, that I had Mon Mothra. I think she did an encourage, but she didn't have any survival, so that's why, if any of you were actually paying attention, you would have noticed that, well, she couldn't have spent survival, she didn't have any. It was because she had the speed token, or the Red Fist token. But it really wasn't Mon Mothra that did it. It was, in fact, Leia, who used the encourage on Finn, allowing him to stand up and go in for that last blow on the level 2 Antelope. So, going forward, I will make sure that my battery's charged. I'll probably have to cut it out like halfway, recharge it until I actually go out and buy a second battery. But, these long fights are actually, they're a lot cooler. They're a lot more stressful on me, I know. But we killed that level 2 Antelope. We got a lot of resources. Now I'm back at the settlement here, and this is going to be a scary settlement, I think, because I'm getting hit with that plague again. But let's do everything first. We did a returning survivor, so everyone gets 1 hunt experience. So Mon gets 1, Finn gets 1, BB-8 gets 1, and Leia gets her 3rd. Now, I'm almost positive, I didn't check the tape yet, but I'm almost positive she didn't land that first hit with the bow to do any damage, so she doesn't gain any bow weapon proficiency. I'll double check it, but I'm almost positive she didn't. So those are all my returning characters. So I get 4 endeavors, okay? And then I need to do my random event here. Start with this first. Shuffle it up, and we roll a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Clinging Mist. Okay, let's see what we got here. The settlement is hidden behind a thick green mist. Something about the way the lantern light passes through it makes it seem alive. Roll a 1d10. Okay, let's see. A 1. Okay, let's see. Where mist touches skin, bright red boils bloom into existence. The painful boils leave the survivors desperately scratching themselves. The returning survivors suffer the worst and must all skip the next hunt. Oh, okay, well, it's actually not so bad. So, everyone that came back just has to skip the next hunt. I thought suffering the worst was they were, like, all gonna die or something. So let me check that off. Skip next hunt, next hunt, next hunt, next hunt. Well, my next hunt, I am planning to fight a phoenix, so I probably would have brought Leia for this, but the other 3 guys, they definitely weren't going to come and fight the phoenix. But what they are going to do, I think they're going to nominate themselves as the plague victims. So I have to go through here and find the plague. Make sure I remember. Okay, here it is. So this occurred last year. Now I must do it again. Sickness sweeps through the settlement. Survivors are stricken without warning, made too weak to even care for themselves. Select 4 survivors with at least 1 hunt experience. Okay, so we are using Mon Mothra, Finn, BB-8, and I don't think I'm going to use Chewie again. I'm actually going to use my favorite character of all, Boba Fett. Alright, so now each one of these has to roll a d10. Now I am looking for anything 3 or higher. I don't care if these survivors die, I just want the plague to disappear. Okay? So, Mon Mothra, here we go. 10. Finn. 4. BB-8. 9. And my man Boba Fett. Come on. 9. Yes! Alright, so Finn was the 4. Mon Mothra, Boba Fett, and BB-8 were 9s and 10s. So I believe 9 and 10 for the plague is you make a full recovery. Amazing. And a 4, I don't have bloodletting. So, let's see. Your body tries to fight the infection unless you receive treatment. See below, you will die at the end of the settlement phase. Alright, so Finn is in danger. And I have these lingering effects here. I do have ammonia. So I can use an endeavor, select an infected survivor to receive treatment. Okay, so I really just need to, that's a 1 through 8. So I just really need to use 1 endeavor to treat Finn, which I'm almost positive, well, I'm going to be doing that. Actually, let's spend our first endeavor and treat Finn. So they have all survived. I made it through the plague. I really thought people were going to die. I actually thought I was going to have to deal with the plague again next year. But that is great news. Okay, and the other good news, if you remember in the beginning of the year, I found a stranger as I was walking out on the hunt for this antelope. I brought him back, and I have named him Trooper. So he is my 14th population at my settlement. Okay, remember I need 1 more, and then I can pick a society. Okay, so next thing is going to be the Hooded Knight. This was another event that occurred, because 4 years ago the Hooded Knight came, and now he's back. So I have to A stranger emerges from the darkness. If any survivor has the Twilight Sword, they duel the knight. Okay, I don't have that. Otherwise, his motives are roll on the mysterious agenda. Okay, and that's a 1. Oh, great. As quickly as you arrive, the hooded knight vanishes in a flash of steel and blood. Suffer -2 population. The hooded knight leaves with unfinished business and will return later. Okay. Well, unfinished business is, again, add the hooded knight to my timeline 4 years from now. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The 12th year. Okay. So I'm assuming, because this was a stranger that came back to my settlement, the guy that I found, who I just named Trooper, really was this hooded knight. And not only did he leave my settlement, so I have to get rid of him, he kills somebody in the process. Let's have him kill someone I haven't used yet. Is Jaina? Yeah. So she's dead as well. So I just quickly went from a 14 population down to a 12 population. Well, I avoided the plague, but I did not escape this hooded knight. I thought this hooded knight was. I hear these are good guys, but maybe not this one. Okay, so the hooded knight, that's over with. Now I do get two. I get to get 2 basic resources. So I do have to shuffle those up. Let me grab them right now. Okay. Now you also notice I had my resources ready to go if everyone survived. Luckily I was. But I'm also some of these cards I put backwards. Yeah, I flipped them over. These are the ones that I had in my storage. So that's how I marked them, so I could show you I had 2 large flat teeth. So I put them face down. I also put one of these face down. I think it was just a monster bone. But I'm going to put it back into the deck here, because I do have to draw 2 resources for those 2 individuals dying. Okay. So the first one's going to be a broken lantern and a monster hide. So those are 2 new resources that I have. I'll put them right here. And then let me get that monster bone again and put it under my innovate. Okay. My awesome music. Stop playing. Yet again. Alright. So 2 people have died. I did my settlement. I went up to my year. So yep, we're in year 8 right now. The next thing I'm going to do, I have 3 endeavors left. So I'm going to use my innovate. So I'm spending a monster bone, Eye of the Cat, which I had in my storage, and one of my new monster hides to innovate. And this is my second endeavor. I do have Symposium, which now allows me to pick 4 of these and select one that I want. Okay. Okay. So there's that bloodletting. Memento Mori. Basically make pictures of some of my survivors. Storytelling, which can unlock this like speaker event, which I actually have no idea what that does. I have not done that. And the one that I'm actually looking for is this scrap smelting. Okay, the scrap smelting allows me to spend 3 scrap to add an iron to my storage. That's pretty cool. Spend 3 scrap to add an iron to your storage. You may repeat this any number of times. That's cool. And then here's another way I could build the blacksmith. So this is another settlement location for 6 bone and 3 scrap. So I'm actually going to pick this guy. So hopefully I have enough resources in maybe a year or 2 to unlock this blacksmith. So scrap smelting is coming out. I want to get that out of the way. You know what? I don't know if that's the best thing or not. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do scrap smelting because I do want to try and level up and get that that blacksmith. I don't know how soon I can actually get it, but at least it's out of the way. All right, so scrap smelting's done. Next, I'm going to spend this to gain, getting rid of this beef steak to get that monster grease that I ate last during the actual hunt. Spend that. Then I'm going to, I had two options here. I'm sure everyone can chime in. I could upgrade the organ grinder to the stone circle, and the stone circle is another location where I can use a lot of the screaming antelope resources for some screaming fur armor set and a few different pieces of weapon and items. And really that's where I was originally going to go that direction. But deciding that I'm going to go hunt the phoenix next year, I don't really want to spend my resources and start building the screaming antelope. I want to actually start gearing towards maybe the phoenix set. So I decided not to upgrade my organ grinder. Okay, so I'm going to spend my third innovation to turn all the hide that I have, and here's actually a new one, into leather. So I'll mark down that I have everything into leather. So that's one innovation. Again, I can do that with my leather working. And then from there, I'm actually going to craft some bone pickaxes for the first time. Now these bone pickaxes work almost the same way as the bone sickle, where I was able to do that herbalism phase during my hunt track. This is another one where I can basically go mining for iron. And iron is something that I'm going to need for some of the higher level gear, which I don't even think I've ever made. But I want to get started on it. So I'm going to craft 3 bone pickaxes with the 3 pelts that I got, and then one of the bone shanks and the 2 large teeth that I had in my settlement storage. So those are all spent. I have 3 bone pickaxes. Next, I am going to get another shield because I think shields are awesome. Okay, that's going to be basically 2 leather and another bone that I spend. So this is going to be an extra leather that I will put aside. And I do have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could. Now see, I could spend these 3 organs and a hide to make that stone circle, but I really don't see a point. I could craft, there's some better guitars. There's like these bone knuckle guitars that I can make. But I kind of want to start, like I said, saving my resources and try and go for a higher step. So that could be something wrong. That's going to be a personal choice that I make. So I'm actually going to, these are the rest of the resources that I'm going to add to my storage. Okay. And I've got 1 endeavor left. I could, what was that? Do that shrine so I gain an armor. All my departing survivors gain an armor. Let's see here. I either gain an insanity or an armor to all hit locations, or I could try for intimacy. And again, I'm down to 12 people. So let's try, I'm going to try intimacy. Like I need kids. I need to get it back up to 15. So I'm going to nominate, let's do BB-8. He's a man. He came back. A 6. That is just to gain 1 survival. Alright, so I will mark that off on BB-8 literally right now because that is something that I will forget. That brings him up to 1 survival. Okay, and I think that concludes this year's settlement phase. One other thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is something that I did talk about before my video did cut off. I lost a lot on that, unfortunately. It was like 10 minutes worth, but it was really just me like rambling on like this. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's watching this. I am in year 8 right now, so if you're still watching this, I applaud you or I apologize. Either one. It makes this game a lot of fun knowing that there are people out there that are enjoying watching me play. Hopefully I'm a little bit entertaining. Hopefully you enjoy either watching me die or fighting on my side to get through this game. I'm really interested in fighting the Phoenix. I fought him once before and it wasn't pretty, but my guys are pretty strong right now and I'm looking forward to it. I wish I had 15 people going in, closer so I could get get a society principle. But I think my gear is pretty good. I'm looking forward to using my bow and pickaxes. Hopefully I can start gaining some iron. So when I do, and hopefully drop this phoenix, I can start crafting some gear. And again, I really just want to say thank you. Keep hitting up the forums, make some posts if you have any questions or any suggestions. Trust me, I do listen to them. I run them through my head, and I have changed some of my decisions based on a lot of your comments. So thanks again, guys. This is Lord Epion with Hit Points Gaming signing off, and I will see you next year.